The concepts of God and sin are woven into the fabric of human existence. Across cultures and throughout history, people have grappled with these ideas, searching for meaning and understanding. Yet, explaining these concepts to someone unfamiliar with the Christian faith can feel like navigating a maze. Without a shared language or reference point, the message can easily become lost in translation. It's like trying to explain the rules of baseball to someone who's never seen a game. They might grasp the basic idea, but the nuances and intricacies will likely remain elusive. Similarly, sharing the message of God and sin requires patience, understanding, and a willingness to start at the beginning. The challenge lies not in the complexity of the message itself, but in finding the right approach, one that bridges the gap between the familiar and the unknown. It's about meeting people where they are, acknowledging their perspectives, and gently guiding them toward a deeper understanding. Before diving into the Christian perspective, it's crucial to recognize the diverse range of beliefs that exist. Some people view God as a distant, uninvolved figure, while others see a loving and personal creator. Sin, too, is understood in various ways, from a violation of moral laws to a mere social construct. Secular humanism, for example, often emphasizes human reason and ethics over divine revelation. In this worldview, sin might be defined as actions that harm oneself or others, rather than an offense against God. Others might find meaning in Eastern philosophies or New Age spirituality, each with its own interpretation of good and evil. These differing viewpoints are not obstacles to be overcome, but opportunities for dialogue and understanding. By acknowledging and respecting these perspectives, we can create a space for meaningful conversation and begin to build bridges of common ground. Imagine trying to understand the climax of a movie without having seen the beginning. The emotional impact, the character development, the entire narrative arc would be lost. Similarly, presenting the message of Jesus and the gospel without the foundational context of God and sin is like starting a story in the middle without understanding the origin of humanity's relationship with God and how sin fractured that relationship. The message of redemption through Christ can seem incomplete or even irrelevant. It's like offering a solution without first understanding the problem. That's why it's crucial to begin with the basics, laying the groundwork for a deeper understanding. This means going back to the beginning, to the story of creation and the fall as depicted in the book of Genesis. Section 4, Genesis, the seed of understanding. The book of Genesis introduces us to a God who created the universe and everything in it, including humanity. It paints a picture of a perfect world, where humans lived in harmony with God and with each other. However, this harmony was shattered by sin, a deliberate choice to disobey God and go against his will. This act of disobedience, known as the fall, had profound consequences, not only for humanity's relationship with God, but also for the world itself. Sin introduced suffering, death, and separation from God into the human experience. Understanding this foundational story is essential because it provides the context for the entire Christian narrative. It explains why the world is the way it is, why we experience brokenness and pain, and why we need a savior. Section 5, Jesus, the fulfillment of the story. With the groundwork laid by Genesis, we can begin to appreciate the significance of Jesus Christ. He enters the story not as an afterthought, but as the fulfillment of God's plan for redemption. Jesus, both fully God and fully human, came to bridge the gap created by sin and reconcile humanity to God. Through his death on the cross, Jesus took upon himself the penalty for sin, offering forgiveness and new life to all who believe. His resurrection from the dead is a testament to his victory over sin and death, paving the way for a restored relationship with God. Without understanding the problem of sin and its consequences, the message of Jesus' sacrifice and the hope of salvation might not resonate as powerfully. Genesis provides the foundation, while Jesus is the cornerstone. Section 6, a message of hope shared with love. Sharing the message of God and sin is not about winning arguments or imposing beliefs. It's about extending an invitation to a life transformed by God's love and grace. It's about offering hope in a world often shrouded in darkness. Approach these conversations with humility, patience, and above all, love. Remember that people are on different journeys, and faith is a deeply personal matter. Share your own story, your own struggles, and how you've experienced God's love in your life. The goal is not to convert, but to connect, to plant seeds of truth and allow the Holy Spirit to do its work. Trust that God will honor your efforts and use your words to draw people closer to Him.